Hey everybody, and welcome back to another week of Social Strategies Simplified with Sue, where we break down the social media strategies of top industry professionals who are doing amazing things on social media, getting extraordinary reach, engagement, and ROI on their content production efforts while actually creating less than you may think and less than what most people try to do. And so you can also implement these strategies into your business, into your social media strategy, because these practices, tactics are universal to any business. So even if you are not in the business of the person I am featuring each week, still stay tuned because you can apply this framework to your business. So by demonstrating the hub and spoke content framework, I show you how these people take larger pieces of focused content and continue to distribute that content across the digital landscape to make more from their efforts, truly ingrain their messaging and their lessons in the mind of their audience. And that's why they can do more with less and do better on social media to appeal to their audience. So if you're with me today live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And if you would like to go to a repository that has all of these episodes, please go ahead on over to socialmediavault.com, and that is where I am accumulating every episode so you can easily scroll through instead of going through my Facebook feed or going through my LinkedIn feed or searching through my YouTube channel. You can see everything on socialmediavault.com. So if you know anybody who's doing amazing things on social media with their content and you would like to see them featured, and that can be you can self-nominate, do let me know by tagging them yourself or go ahead and drop me a message in my private messenger. So one thing I have to switch over here is, where did she go? There she is. Okay, sometimes not all the tweaks get made before you launch. So here we are this week. We are focusing on Bola Sukunbi, and she is a certified educational instructor, and she has done amazing things across the social media landscape with, let's see, what have a lot of our featured guests been doing before? Yes, podcasts and video. She does things a little bit differently, and yes, there's a lot of these things that are similar with each of our featured professionals, but they all do things a little bit differently. So if there's something that someone else is doing that does not work for you, that is okay, because perhaps in the next week, we come up with somebody who does things a little bit differently from the last. And you know what? That is okay. That's what this is all about. I hear so many times someone saying, well, this expert does this, so I have to do that. But then you turn your head and another expert is doing something else, and then you have to do that. No, do what works for you. Every expert out there that is elevated on these pedestals and doing tons of Facebook ads, they're all pointed to as the way to do it. Well, if you set them all in a panel together, they would argue like cats and dogs because they too are doing so many things differently. So find what resonates for you. So let's meet Bola. She created Clever Girl Finance to provide women with financial education that makes sense. So she does so much personal story, but also a lot of interviews with other women who have made great strides in their wealth, in their finances, so that you can learn not only from Bola's life lessons and her expertise, but all of these other women that she is sharing with, or that are sharing with her and sharing with us. So we can see here from her website that she clearly does focus on her podcast. So she does also have a blog, and she really highlights these free courses, which is really incredible. And this will take you over to a lot of great work that you can consume in addition to her podcast. But we're focusing on what she's doing amazingly across the digital landscape. And once again, beginning on the website with her featured podcast. And one of the great things that we haven't seen in each of the individuals that we've demonstrated is she really always has a featured guest. So in some of the ones we did before, there were featured guests every now and again, or maybe on a certain day. But Bola, her unique piece here from some of the others that we mapped out is that she always has a guest. And there's such strength in that for so many reasons. One is that, again, you get to hear stories of different people that may resonate with you differently from somebody else. Just like the people I'm demonstrating here. You may resonate with someone who's not even in the same industry as you because you love what they're doing on social media. With Bola, each of her different interview guests has a different life story, a different life experience, a different way that they overcame struggle, that she interviews them to share that story with you and draw you into how her methods can also work for you. So the other benefit, though, in addition to, of course, guiding the audience through their particular unique place of struggle, the other great value in having a guest is the power of two, the power of multiple, the power of cross-sharing across social media. So if you have a guest and you're doing a podcast and you have a guest that also has a strong presence, the idea is that you are sharing each other's audiences to empower one another and share one another through your social media audience, which is a very powerful strategy. And it also is very meaningful because someone like Bola, who has a very strong following, and as you can see on her website, has been featured in a lot of very important, highly regarded media sites, that you know that if you're invited by someone like Bola to be interviewed on her podcast, that she has very high regard for you, trusts you and your message and your brand. And that truly is the power of partnerships like this. It builds such great trust. And you do want to be cautious to make sure that those people you invite onto your platform are in good alignment with your brand and align with your message, so that as they share your podcast, your videos, your social media content across their digital landscape, that you always have that trusted tie-in that you can hold in high regard. So that's very important. So again, as you can see here, she has many episodes. Each of them, you can see she's featuring a different person, a different woman, a different clever girl who has overcome struggles in finance. And we can see these episodes placed across, of course, all of the different sites that we welcome podcasts on. So again, this one I haven't seen as much in some of the past features. I've definitely been seeing Spotify, Google, iTunes, but this is the first time I've actually seen one of our features who's also presenting their podcast on SoundCloud, which is another great idea. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways and different sites that you can share your content onto to grow. She's got 2,000 followers here on SoundCloud, and it's another great opportunity to feature her content on a different platform and stand out. So one of the things that we'll get into as we go through the week, so once again, focusing here on sort of that primary piece of hub content, showcasing that on her website, she's highly featuring her podcasts, just like we saw last week with Chris Browning, featuring those podcasts, directing you to the links that take you to the different podcast channels, whichever one is the one that you favor and live by most. But then also, as we can see, she's also doing video. So this has been a common thread. And, you know, it's not necessarily with intention that the people that I'm featuring have this common thread of podcast and video, but they are the people that are really standing out and doing things really well and getting a lot of engagement and movement with one piece of content that you can do multiple things with slight bits of editing to get them across the social media landscape. And that is the idea behind the hub and spoke model. So with that, what we're going to start looking into tomorrow is then how she takes those podcasts and brings them over to her YouTube channel. So you can see too here, there's that brand consistency. She has this introductory video just below her podcasts on her website. And you can then click to more videos, and you'll see that that does align with what she has over here on her YouTube channel. And she's got over 47,000 followers here. So she's delivering amazing things. She's got her podcast here as videos, and then certainly does do some other videos as well, because as I've always say, once you have that system set up, it makes it so much easier to create additional or side content to go along with your primary content to continue to elevate that message, because you have your systems in place, you have your cameras, your mics, you have everything in place, and it makes it easy for you to further the message, create small edits and tweaks, and distribute your message and your services that people need so badly right now across social media. So I hope you'll stick with me through this week. Bola has some amazing insights to share with you, not only as the leader of Clever Girl Finance, but in the way that she has implemented her podcast and other social media features across the online world. So come on back tomorrow. We'll dive a little bit more into her YouTube channel and see how she's making a difference across the world through her content. And follow her for some great tips. Start on her podcast, take a listen, and then join me tomorrow for YouTube. I will see you then. Again, remember to go to socialmediavault.com for all of these episodes and some other things that you can gain access to, like some free webinars, tips, and tricks. As we know, social media is changing all the time. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.